Okay, just get on. Before he starts, let's see if he knows the military drill. All right. Attention! Left. Left, right. Left, right. Yamishima.
That's our people. 1LT. I remember yes, sir. Permission to fall down.
Fall down. You're welcome to fall down.
Yes, sir.
What's your step when you're falling down?
Don't worry. Masjid-ul-Mumineen has insurance. Yeah. Imam Ibrahim Oladejo was born and raised in Nigeria, but he didn't specify that in Ibadan, in Nigeria. So he had his elementary and high school education in Nigeria. As soon as he completed his high school diploma, he went to Arabic Institute of Nigeria in 1988. So, where he had his diploma certificate in Arabic and Islamic Studies, mashallah. Later, he gained admission into University of Ilorin. No wonder why he supports the Ilorin people. So, yeah, I can see now. Now, where he obtained his bachelor degree in Yoruba language. Allah Akbar. Yeah, you can tell when he delivers message, you know, Amama to Amon Ogidi Yoruba. He come Yoruba, not the Yoruba from the Western group. Yoruba that means Yoruba, that's what he says, mashallah. So Imam Ibrahim Oladejo came to the United States on March 10, 2010. March 10, 2010. Okay. He has an associate degree in petroleum engineering technology at U.S Houston Community College in May 2015. He completed his master's degree in divinity at the Claremont School of Theology in California on December 2020, not 2020. So now he completed 4 units of clinical pastoral education, not education. Okay, so CPE at the Houston Methodist Hospital. Take note of that. So in October 2020, Imam Ibrahim has been honored with the Muhammad Ali Scholarship for his seminary program. He is a chaplain, an imam, and a spiritual caregiver in one of the leading hospitals in this country, right? Mashallah, tabarakallah. Houston Methodist Hospital. Okay, it's okay. So he's first and only Muslim chaplain to be hired at the Houston Methodist West Hospital. Takbir. Now to cap it all, Imam Ibrahim got commissioned as the Muslim chaplain with the U.S Army Reserve on February 18, 2023. Takbir. He is currently pursuing his doctorate degree. Doctor in few. We are now making this. He is pursuing his doctorate degree in Islamic leadership at Chicago Theological Seminary. To God alone be the glory. Alhamdulillah. However, his greatest achievement and honor is marrying Alaja, the newest Alaja. Alaja. We're going to call you by the Madrid. Wọ́n kọ́ pẹ̀lú ìtẹ̀jú wọ́n kọ́ Sakira but it's Shakiro.
Alájà kí ló? Alájà kí ló? Alájà Shakiro.
Oluwatoyin Arike Oladejo and his 4 amazing children, his 2 daughters-in-law, 1 son-in-law, and 4 of his energetic grandchildren. Grandpa. So, my dear brethren in Islam, join me in welcoming to the podium for the second time our Imam, the Vice Lieutenant, Imam Ibrahim Oladejo. Ẹ bẹ́rí fún wọn. Have I delivered?
Permission to
wọ́n ní báyìí ló máa ṣe wọ́n ti kọ́ àtòrí sàlùsà ìsàkùn náà fẹ́ra ẹ̀tí wọ́n ẹgbẹ́ tí a ní.
Ẹni fọ́dà.
O lè fọ́dà. Èwo ní àwọn onímọ̀? Báwo. Jáde náà wà jáde náà sòrò ra fájáde náà sòrò ra. Ẹ̀ka mọ̀ náà. Wọ́n ní ká kọrin àwọn sójà kékeré Mashakim sẹ́yìn kọ yẹn.
Àwọn sójà kékeré.
àwọn kílẹ̀ láti ìlú Amẹ́ríkà.
Ilé ọ̀dọ́. Òtítúmọ̀ nílé ẹ̀. Alhamdulillah. Ẹ ṣe pọ̀. All right, alhamdulillah. All right, so this is our guest today on this segment of personality profile. We're going to be asking very interesting questions. If you have any question that you have in mind, let us just raise up your hands and we'll ask your question. But to get it started, we want to know first thing. Look at the cancer, the food no. Let's put this one here. So first thing though, and I'm so curious, why are you not wearing your cap, sir?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Salli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallim. Dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run.
Alhamdulillah.
Dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. وما بكم من نعمة فمن الله. Remember, success that comes your way is from Allah. I'm so grateful. Whenever we're in the room, in the building, we don't wear cap. This one is my symbol as a Muslim chaplain. So the Buddhists, Jews, they have their own. So this is my identity as Muslim chaplain. And I also have these here.
The crescent?
The crescent. Just like the Christian, we have cross. So this is a symbol that indicates that the soldier that you are looking at is a Muslim chaplain.
Alhamdulillah. So this symbols. Let's talk about symbols before we go to your background. So I see a cross here. Can you represent now?
What's your cross?
Cross here. Like targets.
So this is also a symbol for the unit that I'm serving. This is called HHC. It's a engineering department that I'm attached to. It's in Austin.
Mashallah. I see a lot of rainbow colors too.
This one is indicating that I'm just serving 1 year. So when it becomes 2, then the rank keeps going.
Oh,
Inshallah.
it does not have anything to do with pride.
No.
Alhamdulillah. So now that we know this, is there another symbol we need to know about, sir? There's one there that looks like a crest down. Yes, sir.
This is just a symbol that I completed the training. It's a 3-month training which I did in South Carolina for Jackson. Immediately I completed that. And they gave me bills that I can give fatwa as an Islamic scholar, which is bad on everybody. I can brag about that. Alhamdulillah.
Islamist or Islamic?
Actually, it's not meant for Muslims alone. I'm a chaplain for the entire soldiers. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We're going to come back to your training because that's the bulk of the question we're going to ask today. But before we're going to come back to that training because we want to know the details of that training. But before we go to that training, let's just know who is Imam Oladejo. Just a brief introduction of your background. I know Brother Sharaf tried to talk about your background, but you didn't mention your parents, you didn't mention your siblings. Just nothing about your background. Let's hear from you.
Orúkọ mi ni Ibrahim Oladejo, ọmọ bíbí ìlú Ìbàdàn, ilé kùnà, ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn bí mi sí. Ọmọ mọ́kànlá ni bàbá mi bí. Ìpele karùn-ún.
11 siblings.
Ìpele karùn-ún ni mo wà nínú àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Ọlọ́kadà rẹ̀ nìkan mo wà ní Amẹ́ríkà, àwọn ẹ̀kú wà ní ìlú Nàìjíríà. Ní àwọn orúkọ rẹ̀ jẹ́ Sheikh Imam Ibrahim Oladejo. Ìgbé tí ń pa ikú èmi àti ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ ti pẹ́. Fún ìgbàlejò àkọ́kọ́ mi wọ̀. Ọlọ́run bí ọmọ mẹ́rin fún mi, ọkùnrin méjì, obìnrin méjì. Kí ẹ náà wọlé àdúgbò àánú ẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan fún mi ọkọ̀ alẹ́.
Grandchildren like 4, right? And 3 in-laws. And potential of 4th in-law, like Mashallah. Tí kò bá ti lọ sí Colombia, right? Mashallah. Àbúkọ́ tó lọ sí Colombia láti máa ní.
Gbogbo ètò wà lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run kan máa ń ṣe wọ́n.
All right, Alhamdulillah. So now that we know a brief of your background, the one question that's been in my mind is, I mean, I know you started from Ibadan, you went to that old rusty city of called Ibadan.
Ibẹ̀lẹ̀ àti law school.
I went to school in UI. That time Ibadan was golden. But now I don't even know Ibadan.
It's rusty.
Apology, Imam Ibrahim. All right. So, because Rasharam always, chaplains may have to find something to give back. So, but Alhamdulillah. So you left Ibadan, you left Lagos, and now you left Richmond. You now went to South Carolina to do military training. Why did you join? What's the motivation for joining the military?
So, my journey into chaplaincy. For some people, they say they have a call. That God called me. I don't know if you have heard that word before. I used to work in the prison as a correctional officer. It has been part of me that anywhere I am, I always ask myself, what am I contributing? What is my... That if I'm no longer here, the people say, oh, we miss me. What do I need to do? And I gained that from my brother, Mr. Oladejo. I lived with him for a while. That time we had a problem. I went to Arabic school, he didn't like it. He has his genuine reason. The people that go to Arabic school, like probably most of us know, probably after they finish, what do they do? So he asked me, when my dad said you go to Arabic school, he said, no, that's not going to happen. I said, luckily you are not my dad. And see, as a Nigerian, you don't look into your brother and say that. It's a no-no. But alhamdulillah, I completed Arabic school. And what next? What next in a way that you do? But he called me that, you know I like you. Actually, when I graduated, when I finished high school, 1986, he came from Ilorin and he said, you just completed your YN. So can you just tell me what will be your result? And I said, you mean so long? Oh, well, let me go back. And I hate that word. To me, I look at it that, why will you be praying that I will fail? He's asking me at least repeat maths, English. You can say, okay, in math, I should get A1 or so. He gave me 100 naira to go and get GC. In his mind, he said, you don't have hope in this result. So, and when I'm coming back and I'm asking you about your GCE, all I'm here for is in math, I should have this. Don't tell me if you will be so long. I don't want that. Anyway, we had a problem. But he called me to come and stay with him in Lagos, trying to mentor me. So each time he comes back, he will bring the kids. Hey guys, how are you? How was your day? And the children of course say, good. Ibro, good. How was your day? He called me Ibro. And I said, good. What is, tell me, what is good in your day? What exactly have you done for yourself today? So when I was working in the prison, that always ring in my mind. What have I done? Either to myself or to the people around me. So the image, they like to do so many stupid things. They want to kill themselves. They want to kill others. They want to harm themselves. They want to commit suicide. And I'll be asking them, why are you doing all this? I know you've taken away your freedom. But you still have something. You have your good body that Allah has given you. Why are you doing that? So some of them will answer, say, it's a game. What kind of game is this? And the answer is sometimes they say, I can't get a visit while I'm in prison, probably because based on their crime. But the only way I can get visit is to do what I'm doing. So when I poke myself and blood is gushing out, it's that's the rule. They must take them to the hospital. And who works in the hospital? Beautiful women. So it's an opportunity for me to see beautiful women. That's number one. Number two, my family can come and visit me when I'm in the prison and when I'm in the hospital. Number three, I make a call to the kitchen. In the prison, they give me whatever they want. But in the hospital, I make a call. Hey, chicken, I want this. So it's a 2-week vacation for me. You got it? That's why I'm doing it. It still doesn't make sense to me, but what can I do? So there was a particular day one said, officer, stop bothering me. You are not a chaplain. Your job is security. That was the first time I would hear the word chaplain. Who's a chaplain? What did they do? So I kept to myself and I began to make a research. Who is a chaplain? What do they do? So one day I went to the hospital where I work now to visit a friend. And that friend is supposed to be discharged on that day. So meaning, if I choose not to go, I lose nothing because I can meet him at home. But alhamdulillah, I was already on my way. So when I was there, somebody walked in and I thought, oh, doctor, tomorrow I discharge already today. So after a few minutes, the guy was about to say, sir, can he go now? He said, I don't know anything about that. What do you mean? Are you not a doctor? No. So who are you? I'm a chaplain. Oh. Sir, I like what you do. I mean, tell me, what can I do to be like you? I like the way you dress, I like the way you visit people. This is our, this is what Muslims do. And they said, oh, we've been looking for a Muslim chaplain. Allah. So, the director said, hey, Abraham, he said, what do you do? I said, I work in the prison. I'm a bit tough. He said, it's really tough. And I would like to work with you. What can I do? He said, do you have a degree? I have a degree. Okay, do you have master? I said, no. Before we can hire you, you need master. And so means you see, usually, and enroll for that, alhamdulillah, I got my master's. And he hired me. Allah. So, Professor Yusuf Sodi, while I was thinking of chaplaincy, what is it? He called me from Dallas. Probably most of us know Professor Yusuf Sodi. Then I be pleased with him. He called me. I'm military reach out, say, we don't want to do the Imam, daddy. Because, I mean, my understanding about military is Go to war. So why will you ask me, Mom? That's why I say, no. You need to find that it's not like that. Daddy, but he kept calling me, and at that time, the image is of me, hey, stop bothering me, you are not a chaplain. Is that something God is telling me about chaplain here? And I visit in the hospital, somebody said, so I just had one or two together and said, I think this is what is for me. So, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Takbir. So that is the motivation. See, one of the questions I would have asked you is, what part of your childhood has really stuck with you? But since that you've told me, the advice from your brother, the statement from your brother. But there's no way you go to the military as a Muslim that your faith will not be tested. I mean, I believe that even if you don't go to the military, you'll be tested. But then, as a Muslim man going to the military, can you elaborate one or few instances of where your faith got tested in the military?
So I will say this. I don't know that maybe people are recording, and it's okay. So we are human. We are human. We don't have any control on who we are. We don't choose our parents. We don't choose our siblings. The fingers that we have is fine. Cut across everywhere. We all carry this. And they are not equal. If you are looking at yourself as, oh, I only want to be with Muslim, you already miss it from day one. You already miss it from day one. The Imam that led us in lecture today mentioned one ayah. And whenever people make speech, what I pick may be different from what you pick. Prophet, Allah told him, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. Prophet was sent to the entire world, not to the whole Muslim. So you will have challenge, you will have difficulties. A lot of things are going on in this society. Your faith will be tested. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But how are you able to see that person as human being, first and foremost? Even in your house, twins, they don't think alike. So you'll be tested. That's a must. So as Muslim, alhamdulillah, I have that background. We live with our and nothing happens. But tí àwọn eléégún wá bá àwọn láyé olóòlù nínú ilé wa ní àwọn èèyàn kó àwọn ọmọléèké ó sí tèmi tètè lọ léèké gbà yẹn. It has always been like that. How do you save people? How do you make sure that ọmọ ìyá rẹ tí wọ́n náà ń save? Forget about Muslim, no. Human being.
So, but in the military, you have Sikh, you have Jew, you have gay, and all that. How do you, are there instances that you felt kind of religiously intimidated? Let's not even talk about physical intimidation. Give us one instance.
They will give us one. During my training, the training is of three stages. Number one is to train you as a soldier. When I say train you as a soldier, your drill sergeant, his own role is to prostrate you. It's not a bad guy, he's a good guy, but his own task is to drill you. That is his name. Okay?
Drill like a shake the ball.
He will do everything to make sure you cry.
You cry. We're going to come back to that.
Okay?
Yeah. That's very interesting.
As a chaplain, you need to be able to withstand all that. Okay? Of course, you will have so many things that is different. The way people talk, the way they look at you, even the way I talk sometimes, people, the English that I'm speaking to some people say, what I'm saying. I mean, not to or not, but I struggle to hear your own, so struggle to hear your own too. I mean, it's the same thing. You know, I remember.
You need the accent, by the way.
Only. I went for.
She accent, the accent.
Accent, continue, baby.
My soul. I enjoy story.
So, I remember one day I went for my interview. So, I came in as, alhamdulillah, green card. So, after 5 years, I went for the interview. And they will ask you 10 questions. If you pass 6, you already know. Alhamdulillah. Which I did. So, in between the interview, they asked me, have you been to prison? I said, I go to prison every day. Hey, listen, have you been to prison? I said, if not for this interview, I will be in prison. Have you been arrested before? I said, God forbid. That's what I asked, you didn't ask them. I said, have you been to prison? So the way people talk, it's different. So when people say something you don't understand, you break it down. I have nothing to be ashamed about it. I struggle, like I said, I struggle with their own. So struggle with my own too.
Alhamdulillah. Alright, so you mentioned your drill sergeant. And I remember seeing one of the pictures where you have this big bag. And I can imagine that bag would be almost like
It's 35 pounds.
35 pounds. How do I could be any?
And we are doing rucksack, meaning, and it's Ramadan.
35 pounds in Ramadan. And your drill sergeant is. So at that any point, like you said, no, I can't do this anymore.
Of course, many times.
And so what happened? So while he was doing that, he was telling you to climb the rocks and everything. And I can imagine, I don't know your age, sir, but I can imagine the grandpa nowhere. How do you now cope with that?
It just lasts 2-3 months. So I'm 54, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah.
During the training, of course, I had injury. So they took me to the hospital. So wherever you are going, you go with the battle body. You can never go alone. So my battle body, while we were in the clinic, he gave my doctor the file. He looked at my file and said, bring his file. I said, that is his file. No, his file. Because he's looking at the head, he said, no. This is your file? What the heck are you doing here? You want to kill yourself? This is me.
Wow.
Now, during the training, I have a lot of challenges. I joined as a first lieutenant, meaning they expect certain understanding about military. So when they are doing matches, because of my stature, I will be in the front. So all my errors will be very obvious. So when they say come up left, and left means left. Go this way. But in military, left means you first of all go this way and you go like this. So when they say column left, I'm already going left. Listen to the command. And of course, I really miss it. And this sergeant will never take that lightly.
Oh my God.
And so I approached them. Can I be in the middle? I see I Oh, he said no. No, you stay in the front. So that's a big challenge, you see. And the colleague will laugh at you. It's not as if they say, oh, no. They will pick on you, they use so many language. You deal with that. But alhamdulillah. At the point I will like, I want to quit. It's obvious. I have to call my son. So this is where chaplain is good. When people are going through terrible things, they need somebody to say, it will be good. It will be fine. Your things are enough. Sir, you will stay here for 2 weeks. This day is over. Emma put it on. So alhamdulillah, I have people that will say, hey, it's okay, keep going. Keep going. So I call people at home, I call my wife, call my children, and say, you're done.
Alhamdulillah, that's good motivation. Alright then. So, but with all these challenges, there will be times that you also enjoyed it most. What are the times you really enjoyed the military? Your proudest moment in the world?
The food is good. When I was going, my wife gave me a lot of food. Because I have a whole free. I'm a first lieutenant, by the way. I need to.
I will need to come to that.
Because a good hotel.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. And you point to any food you want to eat. Army doesn't serve you with that.
It's an officer.
Good food, I'm telling you.
Of course.
You just walk in and you get food. It's a buffet. You get what you want. So I like the food. Of course, their own rice doesn't have stew. The way we prepare rice, the way we do it.
Officer.
So I like it. So I like good food. Number two, I like when people come and talk to me and say,
Number one, for instance, becoming the captain. Yes.
Yeah. And you pray 5 times because I do my prayer. Alhamdulillah. I'm not bragging, but even in the prison, when I work in the prison, alhamdulillah. This is the first thing I negotiate with my boss. I will pray Juma. Alhamdulillah, that make it easy for me. Let me just say that.
Alhamdulillah.
When you work in the prison, it's very tough. I never miss my prayer.
Alhamdulillah.
Not because I'm too smart, no. And that made it easy. Let me just put it that way. I remember I went to Juma and I lost, I didn't know where I put my shoe. So because I was in a hurry, I went through another door. I said, where's my shoe? If I probably sneak out, that would be a problem. So I have to call when I go to the, back to the unit. I said, hey, but today time they phone me, but I need to go and get another shoe. So meaning, it's a known thing with the warden that this guy will go and pray when it is Juma time. Alhamdulillah. So when people ask me that you pray, what is this? What are you? You bow down? Are you picking something on the floor? It's a joy for me to say no. As a Muslim, we pray 5 times. When we do this is what we are saying. So alhamdulillah.
So in those instances, you had an opportunity to speak with non-Muslims. Do you think that, for instance, there was one of us wanted to accept Islam or something?
Well, I don't know. None of
By the way, if you have questions, just raise up your hand because we're going to take 1 or 2 questions. Okay, I see 2 hands quickly. I see our dad and our sister. All right,
people are always curious. I don't know if you see my video during the Eid. Like I said.
Okay, sisters, when you get back, keep it down because we're not going to hear what he's saying. He's very soft spoken.
So during the Eid, I approached my boss and we're just 3 Muslims. So I called Imam. I called several people. What can I do? Do I have to do Eid? Because I negotiate that. I want to go to the, go outside to go and do. Say no. Your mission comes first. Whatever you want to do it on this period. So I call Imam. Can I do it? And it's not as if I don't know this fatwa myself. The one thing about you making sure you are doing the right thing. So I called and said, oh yeah, you can do it. By the way, how have you been doing Juma? I said, with 3 of us. You do Juma that is mandatory. We are talking about Eid. And I said, oh, I don't think. So we did the Eid. And you can see in that video, people surrounded us. They were watching. So of course, after the prayer, they asked me, going up and down, what does that mean? And I explained to them. I'm not saying, become Muslim or anything like that. At least that curiosity is always there. So alhamdulillah.
Okay. All right. So because there are 2 questions, I'm going to take the 2 questions together, and then you answer it within 30 seconds. About the question.
Unblock the video.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Ìbéèrè tí ní kìí ṣe béèrè, mo lè pè ní observations. Ní ilé ní Nàìjíríà, àwọn ẹlẹ́sìn kejì wọ́n ń gbìyànjú gan fáwọn inmates tó bá jẹ́ ẹ̀rọ ajá mi o. Ipa wo làwa Mùsùlùmí ń kó? Ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Am I to answer a question? All right, you strong. Sister, you strong.
It was very, very insightful, and I really like to hear your perspective on it. So there's a lot of misconceptions about the military, and I think that's why a lot of Muslims are not in the military. So how do you kind of balance our Islamic principles with the U.S.'s principles and the military's principles? Because I think that's why a lot of Muslims are not in the military right now.
Can you tell me in detail what that principle is?
Like our Islamic principles with like justice and peace and everything like that. But yeah, Brother Sheikh can help me.
That's one of the questions we should have asked. You know, we see in our video, we see that when there's any war, name it, Iraq war, Afghanistan war, Muslims are dying. And we Muslims feel sad that America is killing Muslims. So how does that, you join the military, how do you feel about that? Add it to his questions or comments.
So, here in America, I'm also happy to say that we have Mumineen relief here in this masjid. And part of Mumineen relief as an umbrella body, part of what we do is also prison visitation. We go there, we talk to the inmates. We also provide food during the Eid. Some of our brothers and sisters here, support that. So we try along that line. I'm not saying we are really doing the best, but alhamdulillah, we are trying. So I don't know if that answers your question. Now, talking about Muslim joining the military, and the U.S. Army has its own principle. The main reason why I ask you what is that principle that you are talking about? Army defend the nation. Army defend we human beings. And so the word defend, does that ask anything against Islam? No. We defend. When anybody wants to encroach in your own right, you defend yourself. That is the army. Now, as a chaplain, mine is to support the soldiers that are going through trials, tribulations. And like I said, being away from family, because sometimes you deploy them 6 months, 1 year, it's a lot. And they want to kill themselves, probably because they don't have their family around them. So chaplain, what we do is we listen to them. We console them, we counsel them. So if you don't have Muslims to talk to you when you are going through issues, I just told you my own self, I have a problem. I have to reach out to people. Okay? So what I can say is, it's good. And by the way, chaplaincy starts as 1775 in the U.S. Army. We have only one record of Muslim chaplain in 1993. And since 1993 up till the present moment, we have 14.
Wow.
14 chaplains.
Wow.
14 Muslims.
Wow.
So, and this is a career that you can also do. You feel happy that you are helping others who are in need. You get a reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You also get paid, but it's not free. And you have a lot of benefits.
Alhamdulillah. So lọ́rọ̀ kan ní sí situation tẹ pé ti America bá ń jẹun Afa Ibrahim alọ́gbé mọ́ gbogbo lọ́dà wọn.
By the way, chaplain, we don't carry weapons.
Yes, I was going to ask that question.
Even
No, I can carry bomb.
no, we don't carry weapons.
Okay.
Even my age, if anything happens, probably you want to fall, I can only grab him, I can't hold his weapon. It's a no for chaplain. Now, it's a different thing when you now face a problem and you are now defending yourself.
All right, so good. So before we wrap up,
Not carrying that weapon, is that during wartime as well?
Huh?
Is that during wartime?
Yes.
So you are not allowed to carry weapon. During wartime,
If
if you happen to be deployed to the field to support the army, would you be allowed to carry weapon at that time?
Yes. You are not carrying weapon, but if one of your soldiers being killed and somebody is also coming to attack you and you are able to grab that weapon, you can use it. But they will not assign weapon to you even when you are going.
Okay, thank you very much. So last question before we call on another soldier. follow-up question?
Yes.
I'm making an exception for you now. Any question?
No, I want to go back to what they have said about always doing something
But bro,
at the top of your career and doing the best for yourself. As people struggle, looking at your own journey from where you've been, what advice would you give to young people, even old people, trying to discover themselves? Where did you get that tenacity, that energy, just to continue to strive to do the best? Because I think that's very important so that people can learn from your own journey.
Well, first and foremost, I think I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the kind of family that Allah gave me. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, "Ad-dunya mata' wa khairu mata'iha al-mar'atu salihah." This life is full of enjoyment, but the best enjoyment you can earn, that you can have, is to have a righteous spouse. Having somebody to support you. Me and my wife, alhamdulillah, all it takes is just to explain. And this is what I'm trying to do. And we say, Mashallah, no actually wrong. To the point that, subhanallah, how much time do I still have?
President, I'm fine. President,
I want to mention two things. You see, we shouldn't limit ourselves. Please and please. Ọlọ́run sọ fún wa pé bàbá ti jẹ́ Mùsùlùmí pé kí ìgbésí ayé kó le koko kó má rọrùn náà. As far as I'm concerned, the best ayah, the best verse that I hold on to is Rabbana Atina Fid Dunya Hasana. Oh Allah, give me the best in this world, the best in the hereafter, and save me from hellfire. So it's always good to strive. What next? What next? What next? Okay? Also, I want to appeal to our parents. We have this mentality that the way our parents deal with us or we deal with our children back home, we want to use the same mentality. It probably won't work. So, I took a class, it's crisis management and conflict resolutions. Our children, and I make it easy for all of us. I remember I went for a conference one day, and I met one of our, father in the community. He was from Dallas. So bàbá yẹn try láti pe àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tó kọ́mọ̀ sí hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Gbọ́ ni pé láti ṣe kò sí ọmọ ẹni tí ń pè wọ́n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bá mi sùn hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì kí ní òye mi kankan. Hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì báwo? Ṣé tẹ máa sùn pé ṣe program ọjọ́ méjì yìí? Inú ọ̀gbàlà yẹn gbá o, bóyá kẹ́ máa sùn tọ́lọ̀ tèmi. Táàjọ sọ́tẹ́lẹ̀ fún kò lè. Àríkẹ́ àmọ́ alálejò. Ó lè pe àwọn ọmọ. Bàbá yìí ti pé wọ́n ní àwọn alálejò. Reluctantly, I mean, the idea is, hey, ìwọ lọ dúró sọ́dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀, clear your room and go and stay with your sister. Alhamdulillah, the type of wife I have, my children, they all fear him, wọ́n bẹ̀rù ẹ̀. Èmi ni dáàdi àti gbọ́ à ń ṣe. So my daughter called me. Mommy just said we are having a visitor. Why will I be the one suffering when you are having visitors? We will talk when I come back, okay? You know I love you. I could really, say, yeah, I'm not with you. I don't understand. Why is it that anytime we have a visitor, I'm the one suffering? This is my space. But the woman is like, this is my space. You don't know if you know what to do somewhere. So, but the point I'm making is this. She believed she
has the right to say her mind. Do you think if I say, "I yet about to survive," so I'm appealing to all of us. Let's relate with our kids in a way that they will see that we truly love them. If we have anything different, let's talk it amicably.
Thank you very much. So I'll call them from one soldier to another soldier. Alright, who knows the next soldier I'm going to call? Sheikh Imam Ibrahim. Grandpa. One soldier to new soldier.
No soldier never dies.
Sheikh my best friend, I want to see the interaction. Hey, Berry,
wọ́n fi gẹ̀lú gẹ̀ni.
wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ pàmì gẹ̀lú gẹ̀. Tọ́ ẹ bá.
Ẹ wo bá ṣe ń ṣe.
Yẹ bá yẹ gbọ́ sílẹ̀. All right.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
My brother here is one of the humblest person I've ever met. Throughout his career, when he went to go for the master program, even though he know more than me, he still call me. But that's my mom. What do you do? What do you see to this? If you write his paper sometimes, and let me see it. Yeah. When it comes to military stuff, I mean, he's just very humble. I know he's going to make it. But then, everybody faces challenges. When I went, my challenges is not matching. Mine is shooting. They say, oh, you better give this African some but they make fun of you. Another thing is, they call it map reading, where we have to find location to one location. I have problem with that. But you're going to face challenges no matter what. They try to frustrate you and say. But once you stay in there, you make it through, you'll be proud of yourself. Another thing is, as you went to that place, there's a lot of changes he has already made on people. Because some people have some, how can I say it, some discriminatory mind about Islam. And we're just talking about one of the girls that is already asking him about Islam, that is want to accept Islam. So it's not like he's going to get, because the military, the way military is a lot of profession. Me, my profession is like budgeting and accounting. They have doctors, they have nurses, they have space engineering. It's like a small community. They have everything you want to be there. And you can easily go out and make your living in civilian life. Thank you very much for what you do. I'm very proud of you.
I got the pictures. No, my photo no one there.
Wow. You read my mind, you have a million. Bloody civilian. Àwọn tó ń gbá bọ́ọ̀lù ìdálẹ́ nìkan gé wọn. Àti ìwé wa lọ gbé sáàkì sí
All right, so I will pass the baton over to our president, President Oloye. Let's listen to this important information from our president. While the president is coming, I announced that the Women Convention registration is going on over there. If you have not registered for Women Convention, you go to Women Convention. Completing 19 to 21. Okay. Alright, so please register for Women Convention. Men's Convention, MPF. You go to MPF. Brothers, when is MPF? September 13 to 15. September 13. And we know, like I said earlier, men are more high-tech than the women, so just scan the QR code and you register for the Men's Convention. Please let's be quiet, keep quiet, please. Our president, we have to give the utmost honor to our president. He's very much soft-spoken. He gets one other you got the military. All right, please come down. Yes, President, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamu alaikum. Youth, please sit down. Let's listen to this
quick update. So I have just 2 updates, inshallah, today. One of them is on our Salamu Alaikum, Bedre Fwani audience.